Hi guys, this is part 2 of Couldn't Stand the Weather by Stevie Vaughan, as promised. This obviously, if you've gotten up to this part already, then you start watching from here. If you've not gotten to this part, watch part 1. We're going to be in E-flat tuning, and let's get straight to it. Rightio, so now we're going to play the funky part of this song, and it's going to start off with this riff, and that riff basically plays through every single time he plays this this little funky part, and it's going to be followed by a lick, or another lick, which I'm going to show you in a bit. But I'll show you this riff first, and we're going to basically play these F notes. And what I'm doing is basically barring the 10th fret of the G, B, and E, and I'm going to put my little finger on the high 13th of the high E, so. And then get that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to go. So what we're doing is we're kind of stabbing at the 10th of the G and the B, and then we're going to get a. What we're doing there is we're playing the 12th of the G, B, and E, and we're going to kind of bend it. We're bending it up, but the way I'm playing it is I'm hitting it, and then I'm kind of pivoting on that part of my hand to pull the strings that way down, that way rather than that way. So, and then pulling off to the 10th of those 3 strings. So, and get that kind of funk in there. So, and then we're going to end up on that 12th of the D. So, and kind of rake up to that if you can. So, to the 12th of the D, where I'm basically playing the 12th, and then this finger's laying across all the others, so getting a rake. Then we're going to play this. So what we're doing there is we're basically playing the 10th of the D and the G, and then we're going to hammer on to the 11th of the G string. So we're going to get that kind of scratching noise, where this hand's just laying across those. So far we've got this. So whilst we're doing that, we're going to do that 1, 2, 3. Then we'll go. So that's going to be on the 12th. So we're going to get that kind of 12, and then onto the 10th. So. And then we're going to end on this. So all that is a pull off from the 12th to the 10th of the D, and then we're going to get 12th of the A. So that very slowly goes like this. And then up to speed. And he basically plays that every single time now, but it's going to be followed by a different little lick, and I'm going to show you these now. So the lick, the first lick goes like this. So what we're doing there is we're going to kind of bend the 10th of the D slightly, then get a 12th of the D. So, and then we're going to go, which is going to be the 10th of the B and the 10th of the D and the G, and hammer onto that 11th of the G. So. Then we're going to lay our finger across the 12th of the D, G, and B, and then kind of strum it 4 times. So far. Then we're going to go. And what we're doing there is we're basically playing those the same 12th fret of the D, G, and B, and then play it once, then play it again, and pull off to the 10th. And then we're going to go, and that's going to be a 12th of the D to the 10th of the D. So that little lick goes like this. Again, very slowly. So that with the previous riff. is the first one of the first go round of that. Then the second go round after that is a little bit easier, and it goes like this. So what we're doing there is we're going to do a slight bend on the 10th of the D, give it some vibrato. Same on the 12th of the D, back to the 10th of the D again. So far. And then we're going to go. So that's going to be the 12th of the G to the 10th of the G, and pull off from the 12th of the D to the 10th of the D. So then we're going to end up on the 12th of the A. So that with the riff goes like this. Right, the next lick goes like this. So the way we're going to play this is we're going to get a 10th of the D to the 12th of the D, and then we're going to hammer on from the 10th to the 11th of the G, so, and end up back again on the 12th of the D, so, and then we're going to hit the 12th fret of the G and the B, and then we're going to hit the same thing again, but this time we're going to add the 12th of the high E, so far we've got this. So the next part after that goes like this, and I think it's difficult to hear on the record, but I think he's doing this. So what we're doing is 12th of the G, and then pulling off from 12th to 10th of the G, ending up on the 12th of the D. So that entire lick slowly goes. Something like that, and with the actual the riff, it goes like this. And then finally for the first verse, the little lick is going to go like this. This is the hardest one, by the way. What we're doing is we're going, and what we're doing there is we're going to be playing a 10th of the D to the 12th of the D, and then 10th of the G and the B, and then we're going to go kind of strum. It's hard to show, but we're kind of strumming the 12th of the G and the B to the 10th of the G and the B to the 12th of the D and the G. So, and then play that 4 times, but very fast. And basically, once we've played that, that's the end of the intro. So quite a long intro, that song there. But once we've played that, we're going to play this D minor 7. And that plays for a little while. Basically stays on the D minor 7. And if just in case, you're basically borrowing a 10th of the all the strings, and then playing that finger on the A string at the 12th. So I've actually seen him on Austin City Limits playing this D7 like this, D minor 7, sorry, like this, where it's basically he's playing that. For some reason he's playing it this way, but on the record I think he's playing it there. Playing that kind of funky rhythm, and once he's played that, he's going to be back into his chords from the previous lesson, which is B minor to A to G7 which is basically the Hendrix chord in F sharp, which is an F sharp 7 sharp 9. So we're basically playing 9 on the A, 8 on the D, 9 on the G, and then 10 on the B. So Then this time we're going to go, which it looks quite difficult, but that's probably one of the easier ones to play. And what we're doing there is we're going to go, once we play that, then we're going to go. So what we're doing there is we're going to slide from the 12th to the 14th on the A, and then we're going to slide from the 12th to the 10th on the G. So, and then we're going to stay on that. We're going to strum that. And how I'm doing that is I'm playing the note, the fretted note, and then this finger's actually touching that string, which is the G, sorry, the D, and it's also laid across D. So we're getting a kind of muted noise there on the D, fretted on the 10th for the G, and then muted on those two high strings. So that so far goes. Then we're going to go. So we're going to pull off from the 12th to the 10th of the G, get on the 12th of the D. So and then we're going to pick it after that. We're going to go 12, 10 on the G, and 12 on the D. So that very slowly, all that goes like this. Then we're going to go. So what that is basically 10 on the D, 11 to 12. So that entire little lick goes like this. And that with the riff goes like this. Then we're into the next one, which goes like this. So what we're doing there is we're playing the riff, and then we're going to kind of bar the 10th of the high free strings, and hammer on to the 12th, and then get the 10th again. So, and then we're going to play the two middle strings on the 10th. So, and then we're going to go. So we're going to play the 10th of the D, and then hammer on to the 12th of the D. So that. Get that kind of scratch in there if you want. So that entire little riff and the lick goes like this. And then we're back into the F minor, the D minor 7 again. And then once he gets to the kind of chorus chords, this time he's playing the same chords, but he's playing something different over the top. He's going. So what we're doing is we're playing a B, the B minor chord, and then we're going to kind of. So what we're doing there is we're going to hammer on, keep the B minor shape, but hammer on to the 9th fret of the G, but hammer on the 9th fret of the G, and then back onto the 9th fret of the D. So then he's playing the A. I think that's what he's playing. So he's playing the A, kind of arpeggiate it, and then I'm going to play. This is how I hear it. Anyway, I'm playing the high E at the 12th fret and the G, and then I'm going to go on the 14th of the high E. So. Then he's going to play his G7, and then this is definitely difficult to hear, but I'm playing the same thing again, but two frets down. So same thing as that, but move it down by 2. So then back to the F sharp Hendrix chord.